Hello students, once again welcome to Bholanat Academy students. Today we are going to see some basic concept of chemistry part 2 students. Now here students we are going to explain the properties of matter and their measurement. Now students, matter has two properties as physical properties and chemical properties. All the matter which are present, they have physical properties as well as what? Chemical property. Now students, in physical property, first we will see the physical property. Physical property, what are the physical property? Are those property which can be measured. We can see that is we can observe without changing the chemical composition of the substance. Now in physical property students, matter is there. What is the color of the matter? Order, melting point, boiling point and density. Now here is students water having same composition H2H2, but it is present in liquid form. Same water is also present in ice form, the way is solid. So liquid and solid are these two different physical properties. Okay students, that is once it is liquid, and if it is water then it is liquid, if it is ice then it is solid. So these are the physical properties. Simple example I have given. Now students, after knowing the physical properties students, we will see the measure, how we are going to measure the physical property. For that students, we are going to use the units. So sometimes in examination they are asking what are units. So these are the arbitrarily decided and universally accepted standards are called as units. All over the world they have decided, and universally all the peoples on the earth they have accepted it, that is arbitrarily decided and universally accepted standards are called units. This is the exact definition students. Sometimes they are asking examinations. After students you know the definition of the unit. Units are such as they may be present in CGS. If it is very small quantity we are using CGS, MKS, AFPS system. These are the system in which we are going to use the physical property. Now students, after knowing the system students, what are the SI unit? First we will see SI. International system of units is called SI unit. The word I stands for international and S stands for what? This S stands for system. It's called SI unit. SI system has 7 basic unit students. In SI system we are going to see the 7 basic physical unit, that is length we are measuring meter, mass we are showing a small m, that we are measuring kilogram, time we are measuring second, electric current we are measuring ampere. Fifth physical unit is temperature, we are measuring in Kelvin, that is capital K. Amount of substance we are measuring mole, and luminous intensity students we are measuring is Cadella, we are showing with CD. So these are the 7 basic SI units students that we are going to see in detail. Now students, first students we should know what is mass and what is the difference in weight. Students, mass is the measure of quantity of matter of a body contains. How many matter are present? Matter of a body contains is called as mass. The weight of body is the result of the mass and gravitation. Mass as well as gravity both coming together we call as what? Weight. So this is the difference in mass as well as in weight. Students, mass of a body is more fundamental property than its weight. Understand students, mass will never change in any place, but weight will change because of the gravity. So this is the difference in mass and weight students. This you know, you should know from 7th standard what is the mass and weight. We are learning in 11th standard. Now students, length students, second physical property students, we are going to see length. Its expressed properties such as atomic radius. Small, what is the length of that? The atomic radius, bond length, wavelength of electromagnetic radiations, that we are going to measure. These quantities are very small students. 1 nanometer equals to 10 raised to minus 9 meter and 1 picometer equals to 10 raised to minus 12 meter. So these are the very small quantity that we are going to measure, the atomic radius, bond length and wavelength. So this is the second physical properties we are going to see. Now after that students, we are going to see the volume. It is the amount of space occupied by a 3-dimensional object. The measuring cylinder students, it measures the volume. So it is the 3-dimensional object. SI unit of volume is expressed in meter cube. SI unit is volume we are measuring in meter cube. 1 liter, we can write 1 dm cube. 1 liter is equal to 1 dm cube because dm with 3-dimensional object. That is equals to 1000 ml. 1000 ml we also call as centimeter cube. Okay students, for liter students we are using what? Dm cube. For centimeter milliliter we are using centimeter cube students. Understanding both the quantities are same, 1000. Here 1 and 1. Okay students, so these are about the volume. 1000 centimeter is equals to length, breadth and height. This is length, breadth and this is what? Height. Okay students, so this way we have called that is why we call it 3-dimensional object. Now after that students, from volume we are going to see the density of a substance is defined as mass per unit volume. Mass upon volume is called as density. This SI unit students, kilogram per meter cube. This minus we can say what? Per meter cube. Kilogram per meter cube is the SI unit of density students. Mind well, when you are in CGS unit students, gram per centimeter cube per students, because this minus is saying that means this centimeter is in denominator. Okay students, so it's a gram per centimeter cube or gram per ml. This is understanding students. These are the very important units of density. Density of substance defined as mass per unit volume. How much dense substance is there? This way you can, with the help of this formula, we can comes to the density of the substance. Now students, after knowing the density students, next physical property is temperature. Temperature is, students, it measure the hotness and coldness of the object, how much hotness and cold the substance is with the help of the temperature. Now students, generally students, three common scales we are using to measure the temperature. First is degree Celsius. This is the called as degree Celsius. C stands for Celsius and this 0 is this one degree. After that, students, second scales we are going to measure temperature is called as degree Fahrenheit, because the Fahrenheit is scientist name. Same way Celsius was the name of the scientist because they have discovered, so we call it degree Celsius, which is called a degree Fahrenheit. And here we are not using degree, we are using only Kelvin, K. We are not going to put the zero symbol. So this is called as three scales to measure the temperature, students. The first one is degree Celsius, degree Fahrenheit and Kelvin. Now students, after knowing the definition of temperature, students, now we are going to see the all three, degree Celsius, degree Fahrenheit and Kelvin. So students, if that students, you know water freezes at 0 degrees Celsius. Same when you comes to the Kelvin, students, the same water will freeze at 273.15 degrees Celsius. And same, students, water freeze will be at 32 Fahrenheit degree. 32 Fahrenheit. This is the Fahrenheit, students. Correct, students? Degree Fahrenheit, 32 degrees. So these are the freezing point in all the three scales. Now students, same water, students, it boils at 100 degrees Celsius. So that means in Kelvin we can say 373.15 degrees Celsius. Degree because it is a Kelvin, so we cannot put 0 here. We can put what? K, Kelvin. 373.15 Kelvin. Okay, students, we cannot put this degree. We can put Kelvin, K. Okay, students. So this we cannot put here. So we are putting only Kelvin. When you are using in Fahrenheit, students, the water boils at 212 Fahrenheit. Degree Fahrenheit, students, because it is Fahrenheit. Okay, and this is Kelvin and this is what? Degree Celsius. Okay, students. So this is the way. Now here, students, below absolute zero, students, what we call as minus 273.15 degrees Celsius is called as absolute zero. Now here 0 Kelvin we call as what? Absolute zero. Now here, students, in Fahrenheit, degree Fahrenheit minus 459.67 Fahrenheit, degree Fahrenheit we call as what? Absolute zero. So these are the three scales we have seen. Absolute zero, that means water freezes at 0 degrees Celsius and 100 degrees Celsius in all three scales. Now students, these are very important, students. Now after that, students, the temperature scales are related as the following. All the three scales, how they are going to relate, students. This is the degree Fahrenheit, students. Degree Fahrenheit and degree Celsius, how they are related. 1 degree Fahrenheit is equals to 9/5 times degree Celsius plus 32. This we have to add. Okay, students. So this is 1 Fahrenheit is equals to 9/5 degree Celsius plus 32. Now 1 Kelvin is also equals to this. Kelvin is equals to 1 Celsius. We are adding 273.1 degree. So this is about how you are going to convert Kelvin into degree Celsius and degree Celsius into Fahrenheit. All these three, how they are related, students, this you know in examination point of view. They are very important, students. If you like my video, please share it, subscribe it. Thank you very much.